Yes, dear students, Salam Alaikum. This is experiment number 3 of Physics 170L Introductory Physics Laboratory. The name of the experiment is Simple Pendulum. This is one of the most important experiments we have this semester. Now, the experimental video is available on the first link. The second link will be put here, which will be the lecture which you are seeing right now. Now, let's look at the theory of the simple pendulum. A simple pendulum consists of a mass hanging from a support with length L, and the length is measured from the support to the center of mass. Don't measure it here, don't measure it here, measure it to the center of mass. That's very important. The mass m is not very important. The angle is also less important if you are careful. What do I mean by careful? See, in the figure you have a very big angle. Do not take a big angle, take it about 4 5 degrees up to this point and then release the pendulum. If the angle is small, the angular displacement is small, then the acceleration due to gravity will be 4 pi square L by t square, where L is the length of the pendulum in meters and t is the time in seconds, and pi is from your geometry 3.1415. Now, when you lift the pendulum and release it, it will come back due to the gravity. That's why you will be able to measure the gravity, but the angle should be small. This is very important, about less than 4 5 degrees. Now in the experiment what we'll do is we'll measure the length and we'll measure the time. The time is very small, so you have to use a small stopwatch and you have to measure 10 or more oscillations. I'll explain to it shortly. Now the acceleration due to gravity on earth is 9.8 meters per second square. We have seen this in other experiments and in your other physics courses. On moon it is 1.6 meters per second square and on Mars it is 3.8 meters per second square. Your experimental answer should be something similar to 9.8. That means 9.5, 9.6, 10, maybe 10.2, 10.3. If somebody gets 11, the experiment is done very badly or the calculations are wrong. So try to get an experimental value around 9.8 meters per second square. Now the pendulum will go and swing like this. Look at the cursor. Now going and coming is one oscillation. You can start at any point. Going and coming to the same point is one oscillation. Now let's do some activities before starting the experiment. What is the formula associated with a simple pendulum? The answer is G equal to 4 pi square L by T square. G is acceleration due to gravity and the units are meters per second square. L is the length of the simple pendulum measured in meters. T is the period of oscillation measured in seconds. Find the period of oscillation of a simple pendulum of length 80 centimeters. We'll do the experiment after these questions. Now G equal to 4 pi L by T square equal to 4 pi square L by G, 4 pi square, this 80 centimeters, change it to meters, 0.8 meters. So 4 pi square into 0.8, use 9.8 in your calculations and no other number. You'll get 3.22, but this is T square. Take the square root, you'll get 1.79 seconds. Find the length of the pendulum if the period of its oscillations is 2 seconds. Now G equal to 4 pi L by T square, L equal to GT square by 4 pi square. You are just re-expressing this formula. There is only one pendulum formula. T is 2 seconds, so 2 square divided by 4 pi square. You get 9.8 divided by pi square. This 4 and this 4 will cancel. You get little less than 1, which is 0.992 meters or 99.2 centimeters. What is the length of the second pendulum on the moon? Now, on moon, the gravity is 1.6 meters per second square. The acceleration due to gravity, I should say. So, G equal to 4 pi square L over T square, L equal to GT square by 4 pi square. Now, the length of the pendulum time is 2 seconds. So 1.6 into 2 square over pi square, you will get 0.162 meters. Now this fifth question is the most important question. Other questions you can learn from the book. This is related to your lab. Now in the lab, you will measure the distance in centimeters, the length of the pendulum, change this to meters. I'll explain in the next table. Now this is time for 10 oscillations because the time for one oscillation is very small. You have seen it somewhere here. It is 1.79 seconds. Actually, it is less than that if the length is small. So what you do is you measure 10 times here, 10 oscillations here and 10 oscillations here, 11.55, 11.27. Add these two numbers, divide by 20. Why? 10 here, total 20. So this plus this divided by 20. So you have to take at least two trials. For the same length, you have to do the experiment 2-3 times. Then note down trial 1, trial 2. You can also have trial 3. Then take at least two trials because sometimes things go wrong in the experiment. I will do these calculations on the next page. Now you have to complete the header, you have to put some things here, then you have to do the calculations. Now look at these calculations now. Now all the calculations are here. These are the steps which I am going to explain to you, so no need to read it here. Now read it here. Now yellow is your data. Now in your table data there is no line 0, there are only 4 readings, but here you need a fifth reading because when the length is 0, the time will be 0 and you cannot do 0 by 0 calculation, so put a line here. Do not put 0 or any other number here. Now your first trial is 35 centimeters, divide by 100, you will get 0.35 meters. Now you have 10 oscillations here, 10 here. Look at this red, 10 here and 10 here. So 11 plus 11, 22 divided by 20 is 1.1. If you put all these numbers, you will get 1.141. How do you do it? T1 plus T2 divided by 20. Why are you dividing by 20? 10 plus 10 is 20. If you take 5 here and 5 here, you have to divide by 10. Please take the same number here and same number here. If your experiment is perfect, you will get the same numbers here, but no experiment is perfect. Even if you do it with a computer device, you may not get the same numbers. So add T1 plus T2 divide by 20. If you want to take 5 here and 5 here, then 5 plus 5 is 10. Divide by 10. What's the formula here? G equal to 4 pi square L by T square. In your exam, these calculations and will not be shown. This zero line will not be shown. This zero line is very important for your graph. Now 13 plus 13 divided by 20 is 1.3. 14 plus 15 divided by 20 is 1.5 and more numbers. Write all the numbers here. Do not do any shortcut. Now how do you calculate G? Now divide by 165 centimeters will be 0.65 meters. 55 will be 0.55. 46 will be 0.46. No need to read the 0. It is only for writing. If you don't want to read it, don't read it. Your calculator, even if you write 0.35, it will understand this 0 is extra, we just write it for various reasons. Now this is the formula, G equal to 4 pi square L by T square. Remember to write it. This time will come from T1 plus T2 divided by 20 because 10 plus 10 is equal to 20. Now calculate the G. G is how much? 4 pi square. This is your L and divided by 1.141 square. Write two numbers after the point. Do not write more numbers. It doesn't look nice. After you get these four numbers, take the average. Average will be how much? 10.6, 10.09, 9.52, 10.3. It will be 10 point something. It is 10.13. We write small e means experiment. Now your experimental value is 10.13. Not 34. It is 10.13. Okay, so whatever the value you get here, you do your calculation here like this and you see what happens. You'll get a different number here. So just correct these numbers yourself. Learn the method. G minus GE, take the mutlaq, the absolute value, divide by 9.8. You'll get your answer. It will be about 5% error. It's not bad. 10.13 is not bad. You can do it. Now the most important thing is the graph. How do you draw the graph? The graph you draw from L and T square. You are not going to use T square. So where is your L? This is your L, 0.35, 0.46, 0.5, 0.655, 0.55, 0.65. And this is your T. So copy the T, L and the T, then calculate T square. Because your graph is between L versus T square. So this is your length, this is your T square. Now use the round off. In your computer, in your graph, you can write 0.35, 0.46 in your paper graph. But you cannot write 1.302. So use 1.3, 1.8, 2.3, 2.5. You can write only one number after the point in the graph paper. So this is 2.5, this is 2.3, this is 1.8, this is 1.3. Now 0.5, 0.1. Your graph should be from 0, 0. That's why we have put this 0, 0, and 0 by 0 is not defined. So we put a line here. Now put the 5 points here, then join them with a straight line with a scale. The line should go from 0, 0. If the line touches here or here, you will get 0 for the graph. 0 out of 5. And join the points. All 5 points will not come on the line. Some points will be outside. Try to put maximum number of points on the line. After the graph is done, ignore the table. Please don't look at the table after putting these 5 points. Just look at the straight line. Now don't look at this point, or this point. We are not going to look at these points. Take any 2 points on the straight line to calculate the slope. Which points are easy? 0, 0 is in the corner, and you can take 2 and this is 0.5. Takriban, okay? 0.5. So we have taken 0, 0 and 2 and 0.5. Look at here, 0.5, 2, 0.5. So this is the point we are taking. It is all 2 here and takriban 0.5 here. So how much is the slope? Y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. L2 minus L1 divided by T2 square minus T2 square 1. Because on this axis you have T square. The graph is between L and T square, not on the T. You can remove this column. You can directly write T square. This column and this column. Now calculate this. 0.5 minus 0. Y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. 0.5 divided by 2 is 0.25. If you want, you can write one more step here. Now how much is G? G is 4 pi square slope. Slope is 0.25. Do this calculation, you'll get exactly 9.86 meters per second square. Now please remember, your table value will be different from your graph value. Because the graph cannot see so many numbers. This is a computer graph, so it is writing 4 numbers after the point. You cannot write more than 2 numbers after the point here. That's why I stopped here. You cannot write many numbers here like this. This is wrong. Because your graph paper can see only one number. So in your calculation, you can take only one number, but please take 2 numbers in this graph. If you take 0.2, it will be wrong. You will get your G as a very wrong number. You will get 8. 8 is not the G, it is 9.8. So 9.86 is a very good number. The value of the G from the table and graph are different. Now even if you take this point here, 1.5, you will get 0.38. It will be slightly different. You will get 9.5 as G, takriban. So it depends which 2 points you take, because you are doing the experiment. It's not a perfect mathematics question. Take any 2 points on the straight line. So don't worry about these blue points after you draw the line. Take any 2 points. Take points in the corner. So 0, 0 is in the corner. 2 and 0.5 are in the corner, takriban. Or if the line is big, you can see some more corners here. So just take it from the corner. Now we'll do one more example too for question 5. Question 5, one more example. Again we have 4 readings, 1 to 4, 0, 0, 0 you have put by hand. This yellow is your data. T1 is 14.83, 14.89 and 54 centimeters. So first change the some centimeters to meter, divide by 100, 54, 0.54, 65, 0.65, 76, 0.76, 87, 0.87. Now add these numbers, T1 plus T2. Divide by with 20, 10 plus 20, 10 plus 10. 10 here, 10 here, total 20. Some people will take 5 here, 5 here, then divide by 10. If you take 3 here and 3 here, you have to divide with 6. But minimum take 10. Don't take 20, don't take 5. 5 is small, 20 is big, take 10. So 10 plus 10, I have written it in red color. Please understand this and ask me in the class. So 14 plus 14, 28. 28 divided by 20 is 1.4. Put more numbers in your calculators here and here. Put all the numbers. 16 and 16. 16.44 plus 16.54. You'll get 16.98. Divide by 20, you'll get 1.649. Do all these 4 calculations. 0, 0. Please do not write 0 here. You'll get 0 for the table. If anybody writes 0 and if they don't write the 0, 0 column, again they will get 0 marks. I am not going to look at the full table. If you draw a hand with 4 fingers, you'll get 0. Now don't say 4 fingers give 4 marks. No. You have to draw 5 fingers. If you don't draw 5 fingers in the diagram of the hand, the marks are 0. Yes, the fingers can be big and small, we can forgive that. So put dash here and put 0 zeros here. What's the formula? You should know. Formula will not come in the exam. You should bring the formula in your head, not in the papers. Now take these 4 numbers. How many numbers are here? 4. Add all 4 of them, divide by 4, you'll get the average is 9.6. So your average is 9.6, 9.8 minus 9.6 divided by 9.8. It will be 0.02 divided by 9.8, which is 2%, 2.04%. Yeah, nothing more. Now for the graph, you'll need this 0 number. We'll discuss it now. Now this is your second graph. Why second graph? The experiment has only one graph because we are repeating the data. Example 2 for question 5. So we'll have example for graph 2, L versus T square. Now copy the L from the table, copy the T from the table. Calculate T square. Now some people will calculate the T square here, there is no problem. You can calculate it here, put one more column and calculate it here if you want to. Now 0.54 meters, 1.4. Put all the points here. Now which is your first point? 0, 0, these two. 0.54, 2.2. So 0.54, 2.2. It is here. 0.54 will be here, 2.2 will be here. So put all the points, draw the best line. Your computer graph is 0.2438. Do not use it. If anybody uses these 4 decimals, he will get 0 because on your graph paper you cannot get 4 decimals. You can get 1 decimal only. Now take any 2 points on the line. After you draw the graph, don't look at the table, and after you draw the line, don't look at the points. Take 2 new points. Which are the new points? 0, 0 and 2.5. 2.5, there's a corner here. Take it always in the corner. If you don't like this corner, you can take this corner. So take whichever corner which you like. Now if you take the slope is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. 0.6 minus 0 divided by 2.5 minus 0, you'll get 0.24. G equal to 4 pi square slope, 4 pi square 0.24, you'll get 9.47 meters per second square. In the table, how much you got? Table you got 9.6, here you got 9.47, no problem. If you take some other point, you'll get a different number. You'll not always get 9.47, you can get 9.3, 9.6, no problem. But please take, because you'll have to draw the graph, scan it and submit it for your report and also for your exam. And a new data will come in the exam. So do not draw the graph in advance. Now, so much for the table and the graph. Any questions, ask me in the class. You'll get enough time in the class to ask it. Now, question 5 is over with 2 sets of data. Example 6. The graph of the simple pendulum is dash versus dash. L versus T square. Your answer is length versus T square. How do you get your answer? L versus T square. I have put all the important things in red and yellow. So just do it. L versus T square. Then it is a straight line passing through the origin. What is origin? This point is called origin 0, 0. This 0, 0 is called origin, so I have put it in red color. So the graph of the simple pendulum is L versus T square. It is a straight line passing through the origin. Origin means 0, 0, whose slope is equal to G by 4 pi square. So G equal to 4 pi square into slope. What is a simple pendulum? A simple pendulum consists of a mass suspended by a string. Go back to your page 1. This is your hanging mass. Even if it is not swinging, it will call it a pendulum. Okay? Your car is called a car, whether it is moving or not moving. So this is called a pendulum. Even if it is not moving, the movement is for your explanation. Car will not become a bullock, will not become a horse if it is not moving. What is the length of a simple pendulum? The distance from the point of suspension to the center of the mass. Now, what's the length of your pendulum? From the center of mass, look, from this center to the suspension. Do not measure the length here or length here. It will be less here, it will be more here. You measure it from the center of the mass. What is a seconds pendulum? See, the seconds pendulum, the period of oscillation is 2 seconds. Going and coming total 2 seconds. It is called seconds pendulum. What is the length of a seconds pendulum? Calculate. G equal to 4 pi square L by T square. T is L equal to GT square by 4 pi square. T is how much? 2 seconds. So 2 square will cancel with the 4. 9.8 divided by pi square. 9.8 pi square is how much? 9.86. You have to remember this number. 9.8 divided by 9.86 is less than 1, 0.99 meters. Or if you change it to centimeters, 99 centimeters. What is the shape of the LT square graph of a simple pendulum? It is a straight line passing through the origin whose slope is G by 4 pi square. If you write only straight line, you'll get 0 marks. You have to write everything about the straight line. Its origin, it's moving through, sorry, passing through the origin, and the slope is G by 4 pi square. The straight line is known by the slope and one point. The one point is 0, 0, and the slope is G by 4 pi square. Calculate this. It is 31.246 or 0.24. Do your calculations. Now, what is the shape of the LT graph? This is LT square, this is LT. It is a parabola passing through the origin. Ask your math teachers what is a parabola. You should know it. Check on the internet. Parabola. Exam 1 question will come on this. What happens when the period of the pendulum, if its length is doubled, it will become root 2 times its previous period. This, look at this question. We'll discuss it in the class. Now, how do you do the experiment? Aim of the experiment, this is all about the experiment. To determine the acceleration due to gravity using simple pendulum. G is the symbol. What is the apparatus? Simple pendulum, stopwatch, vernier calipers, and meter scale. Why do you need vernier calipers? Vernier calipers you need to know the diameter of the mass or the size of the mass. Diagram, see it on page 1. Formula, see it on page 1. G equal to 4 pi square L by T square. The procedure is to take the pendulum and make it oscillate 10 times. So measure the time for 10 oscillations, note it down. Then repeat the experiment for the same length again. Start with 20 or 30 centimeters and go up to 100 centimeters. Change the length again every 5 6 centimeters. Then if you want to be very careful, you should know the diameter of the bob which is hanging with the string. Otherwise, it's okay. Yeah. Then do the graph and do all the calculation. A graph L versus T square is plotted. The slope gives the value of G by 4 pi square. Multiply slope into 4 pi square will give you the value of G. What are the precautions? The precautions are the amplitude should be small. The oscillation should take place in one plane. See, your pendulum should not oscillate. It should not move round and round. It should go left to right, right to left in one straight line. The bob should not spin. See, that round thing should not spin round, round, round. If the thread is bad, it will spin. Now, what are your observations? diameter of the bob. Your length is very important. There are only two things in this experiment, length and time. So measure both of them carefully. So you should know the length of your pendulum nicely. So the diameter of the bob is important, and you can use vernier calipers or screw gauge if you want to. Use centimeters in your experiment and meters in your calculations, or you can use meters in your experiment also. Trial for 10 oscillations. Remember this number 10. 10 plus 10 is 20, so you'll divide by 20 for this. We have seen these calculations. You should know what comes here, what comes here. Then take 10, 15 readings. You'll get the mean value of G. Do your calculations as I shown you. See question number 5 for all your calculations. See question number 5 for the graph. Now what's the result? The mean value of the acceleration due to gravity is from the table and from the graph. You have to do it 2 times. Do these calculations with scientific calculators and do not use mobiles. Now there are references. You can look at the PASCO manual. The equipment in our lab is mostly from PASCO. Then this is your physics books for physics 170 and also for physics 100 and also for physics 170L. Go to your Moodle website for the notes. These two are good websites for your physics calculations and all that. These are 3 papers written by your teacher. You can see them or you can ask your teacher, he will give to you. Go to these links, you'll get the papers. Then you have to submit 2 lab reports for 1 experiment, 1 page theory, 10 marks in Word and no other format. And we'll be using turnitin.com to check it. And the complete report is for 40 marks, 5 to 6 pages with graphs and everything. Just follow question number 5. We have done the question number 5 2 times with 2 different sets of data. Then submit the lab report in Moodle as soon as possible. 1 week is sufficient to do it. I'll give you extra time. Now this is the data for your lab. You have the length in centimeter, change it to meters, calculate t square here, and the time is given here. You don't have to calculate the time. Time for one oscillation. Please get your eyes tested. This is time for one oscillation, so use 1.34. Do not divide by 10, 20 or 200 or 300, okay? Now t is given, L is given, calculate t square, calculate the G. And draw the graph for L versus t square and use the length in meters. So just look at question number 5 for all your calculations and reports. Thank you. See you in the class.